Hello and welcome to a new series with my picks of the best cinema releases that will be shown each month. In tonight's episode we will be looking at the reissue of Close Encounters of the Third Kind, a new Saw film called Spiral from the Book of Saw, the Unholy that's based on a James Herbert book called Shrine. There's a new Conjuring film called The Devil Made Me Do It. And finally, A Quiet Place 2. It's been delayed for ages, but it's finally out. So that's tonight's roundup of the films we'll be looking at. Hi everyone! Today I'm doing a new series, what's coming out at the cinema this month. Yeah! These are my picks of the best films to watch. So I'm really excited about cinema coming back. The first film's on the 17th of May. I miss going to the cinema. I like all the hype of watching a film at the cinema, going in, looking at the poster, getting brilliant food ready, walking in, getting your seat, sitting in the dark, watching it on a big screen with surround sound, watching the trailers before the main event of the film. So the first film's interesting. It's Close Encounters of the Third Kind, remastered. It's in 4K. And even though I've seen the film countless times, I'd like to see it on the big screen, especially the final part where you see all the special effects of the UFOs and everything. It's also interesting timing as well, because it's just recently the Pentagon announced that the evidence of UFOs, it's genuine, and that they're looking more into it because there's more evidence of UFOs. So Close Encounters is a masterpiece. It was just after Jaws. Spielberg did Jaws, about a film under the sea, and to top that he did a film about outer space. Next up is Spiral, the Book of Saw. That's also on the 17th of May. It comes out.
Do you know where your officers are?
This is the 9th film in the Saw series. I'm a fan of the first film. I haven't watched the sequels much, but I do enjoy the first film, so I'll be interested to watch this film, see if it does anything different instead of blood and gore. The third film's called The Unholy. This is going to be an interesting film because it's based on a James Herbert book called Shrine. And I've often thought, why don't they adapt more James Herbert books for the cinema? And they have done. So I'm hoping this film's a lot like the novel, because there's some brilliant books James Herbert wrote years ago. He rivaled Stephen King at the time. And I still class him as my second favourite horror author, just below Stephen King.
She's here.
Listen, I have a story for you. Something the examiner will love. A healing, possibly divine.
A girl performing miracles after a visitation from the Virgin Mary.
So hopefully this film will be a lot like the novel. Fingers crossed. The 28th of May sees the third in the Conjuring series. This one looks an interesting one because the director's not doing it from the previous two films, James Wan. So it's a different director, so it'll be interesting to see if they keep the same style as the first two films.
Hey! You okay there? Jesus. I think I hurt someone.
This is Ed Warren, here with Lorraine. Alright, let's get started.
There's now a lot of films in the Conjuring universe. There's the Annabelle series, there's the Conjuring series, there's one-offs like The Nun. Quite a big universe. And finally, on the 31st of May, Quiet Place Part 2. This film's been delayed for ages. Massive fan of the first film. I watched it on Netflix and really enjoyed it, so hopefully the sequel will be just as good.
There are people out there. People worth saving.
You won't survive.
We have to try.
It's got the same director, the same cast. So this film's been delayed for quite some time. It was made a year ago. Finally I'll get to see it. Looking forward to all 5 of them. So until next time, see you later. Bye. Subscribe. Bye. Bye.